welcome back to my channel and to another new video. It is the F1 weekend readathon for Steph Loves Patreon, and I am really excited to be taking part in this. It is still pretty much storm weather. We wouldn't have been able to get to Aberdeen anyway for the show I was meant to be going to see, Dirty Dancing in Aberdeen, but the roads are like pretty much all shut and we wouldn't have been able to get there anyway, so I think we definitely made the right choice in not going, but which it means I'm able to take part in Steph's F1 readathon, and I'm so excited. So we are in Spa for the Spa race, and I wanted to let you know, just to kind of wrap up what I was reading yesterday. I managed to finish Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I ended up giving it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I loved Alexis and Daniel. I just thought that they were adorable together, and I thought the way that Abby Jimenez dealt with domestic abuse, I think it was very well done. So I would check out the trigger warnings for if domestic abuse has affected you, and she also puts at the end of the book helplines for domestic abuse, which I think is really important as well. But I also love the fact that Alexis, with her parents, but that she was basically looked down on by her parents because she was just an ER kind of nurse, and her brother, who was meant to be carrying on the family line of successful surgeons, he basically leaves the family fold and ends up marrying a famous celebrity actress, and the parents he's basically kind of pushed out of the family, and it's all on Alexis to carry on the kind of legacy of the hospital and to become like a famous surgeon and run the hospital. But Alexis, throughout, like towards the end of the book, is the relationship with her parents, it's just like she actually thinks about what she actually wants, and it's because of what her parents are expecting of her. She feels that she can't be with Daniel in a romantic relationship, even though Daniel wants them to be together, and he basically falls in love with her. And I thought it was really good. So I'm definitely going to pick up Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which is Alexis' best friend Brie's story. I really liked Brie in Part of Your World, so I'm really excited to pick up her book. But so what my plans are for this weekend, I have quite a lot of short reads actually, because I'm in the mood for like quick snappy short reads. I don't think I'm going to start the Foxglove King until next week, which is absolutely fine. I can move that to next week. But I wanted to show you my main TBR for this F1 readathon. So our 10-point prompts, so we each have the same prompts for each race, but we also have a 10-point prompt, which is a track-specific prompt, and our track-specific prompt for the Spa Grand Prix is to read a challenging book. So Steph had said that you can interpret this as a big book, like over 500 pages or something like that, or you can interpret it as a genre that you don't typically read, or it's out of your comfort zone. So I've decided to go down that route, and so for that prompt I'm going to be picking up Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Crystal. This is the first book in the, I don't know what the series is called, the Illuminae Files series, I think it's called. But this is a sci-fi. Now, I typically don't read sci-fi, so this is kind of branching out of my comfort zone. But I am excited. It's definitely very different. It's told in mixed media format, and Steph had said to get the audiobook because that makes for a better experience. So it's all told in mixed media, which is, I don't read a lot of books that have mixed media in it, so I'm excited to give it a try, and it should be quite a quick read. So yeah, I'm reading Illuminae for that prompt. Then I am also going to pick up I'm using Illuminae as well for Camp Crystal Lake. So this is my backlist book because it's been on my TBR for like so long. I've had it ever since, I think Steph even gifted it to me for my birthday, I think. But I've had it on my shelf for like way too long, so I think it's time to actually finally got read. So that was for my backlist book prompt. And then next I'm going to be picking up a manga, which is Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3. These covers, I love the covers of these mangas, they're just absolutely gorgeous. And so we follow the main character, Coco, who in the first volume, something happens where a witch, she basically gets swept away by, I can't remember the character's name, but he gets whisked away by this witch to be taught a witchcraft, and there's like a little coven of witches that are all being taught, and it's really, really cute, and it's like there's some quite dark moments in there as well. But overall, I really enjoyed this manga series. I'm definitely really excited to carry on with it, and I'm using this for the prompt for a book with witches for Team Sunnydale for Camp Crystal Lake. So yeah, that should be a quick read. Next up, I am going to be picking up Nimona by N.D. Stevenson, which is a graphic novel, and we follow the main character Nimona, who can shapeshift into like different animals and creatures. As a sidekick and supervillain, Nimona and Lord Blackheart are about to wreak some havoc. Their mission proved to the kingdom that Sir Ambrosius Golden Leon and his buddies at the Institute of the Law Enforcement and Heroics aren't the heroes everyone thinks they are. So yeah, I'm really excited to pick this up, and it should be quite a quick read, and it's also had a Netflix adaptation as well, so I would like to maybe watch that at some point. But yeah, so I'm going to be picking up Nimona, and I'm going to be using this for a book with a shifter character for Camp Crystal Lake as well. And then my kind of main priority is, I think I'm going to use this for the 10-point prompt as well, because this is definitely very out of my comfort zone, but I have started watching the anime with my sister, and I have really been enjoying it, but I've never read the manga, or I think I've read the first volume of it ages ago, but it was on my Kindle, so I've never had it as a physical copy. But that is Attack on Titan, the omnibus. Yeah, I'm not going to hold this cover up for too long because it really freaks me out. But so this is a dystopian, very, very popular manga series, and it's got a world where it's like these people live in a city that's like guarded by these walls, and then these titans show up, and it's the main character wants to join the fight to basically destroy all the titans, and it's definitely quite intense. So I think I'm going to use that for the challenge and read prompt. So I would like to maybe read the first 2 volumes in here if I can, but I'd be quite happy with just the first volume for the F1 Readathon today. But yeah, I'm really excited. There are 1 or 2 things I would maybe like to get into as well, if I can, which are quite short. So I need to get back to One Piece. I'm currently on volume 10. I have started it, but I didn't get very, very far into it, so I definitely want to continue on with that. So hopefully I'll be able to get around to that today. And then also for an actual novel, I've decided to pick up Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, which is a reread for me, but I'm going to be picking this up for the indie book prompt for Team Haddonfield for Camp Crystal Lake. This is the first book in the Wicked Villains series by Katie Robert, which is very steamy adult romances between Disney villains and Disney heroes. In the first book we follow Jasmine and Jafar. I have read this before and gave it 3 stars, so I don't own a lot of indie books, so I've just decided to reread this book because I want to carry on with the rest of the series. I have got them all, but yeah, it's not my favourite book I've ever read, but it's a quick read, so if I can get to this weekend, I would be quite happy with that. But so yeah, that is my main TBR. So Steph is going to be doing some readathon sprints from 12 o'clock, so I'm just waiting for them to start. I think I've got about 30 minutes until the start. So yeah, that's my reading plans for this weekend. So I'm going to be starting my readathon when the Steph starts her sprints. So yeah, I'm all showered and laundered. I'm in my Stranger Things t-shirt today, which I absolutely love. And we have Strictly this evening, which I'm really excited for. That's me and my mum's favourite shows. We watch that every year, and I'm really excited for this evening. I think next week it might be Halloween, which is definitely one of my favourite themed weeks. The costumes and the makeup are always just stunning. But so yeah, but I wanted to let you know that I did finish Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to pick up more from Abby Jimenez in the future. I didn't manage to get any further with the Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, so if I have time this weekend, I would maybe like to carry on with that as well. But it's not a priority. I can save it for next week. I might just use that as my book to take into work with me. But yeah, so that is my plans for this weekend. I mean, I'm a little gutted I wasn't able to get to the show, but we've got to be sensible in this weather. It's still really like windy and rainy, and it's just the flooding like around my area is just really bad. Luckily we're okay because we're like quite high up, but overall it's just been really bad weather, and it was yeah, I think we've definitely been quite lucky, but yeah, so I'll come back in and check in with you all when Steph starts her sprints and I've finished off my first read. I think I'm going to kick off with Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3 because I have really been excited to pick this up and I just love these covers of these mangas. They are just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I'll come back in and check in with you all when I have finished Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3. Hi guys, so Steph has kicked off her reading sprints. You have about 10 minutes left of our first sprint, but I managed to start and finish pretty much in one sitting, Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3. It was good. I gave it 4 stars in the end. I really enjoyed this manga series. I love Coco. The main character is just absolutely adorable, and we were introduced to a new character who I really liked. And yeah, I'm really excited to continue on with this. I just love these covers. They are just absolutely beautiful manga covers. So yeah, 1 prompt down, so I managed to get 6 points for that book, which is really good. So I think next I am going to make a start on Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Crystal. So I'm pretty sure I've downloaded the audiobook on my Audible, so I'm going to be reading and listening along to that, because Steph had said that the audiobook is a really great way to read these weeks because it's basically all mixed media. So yeah, and she's reading I think the second book on her sprints, which is quite funny. She said on her sprints that I'd inspired her because I was reading Illuminate for her to reread book 2, so I thought that was quite funny. But yeah, so that I'm going to pick this one up next. But 1 book down, Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3, and I'm going to log that as well for Camp Crystal Lake for a book with witches, so I'm going to go and do that as well. But yeah, already 1 book down, so honestly, these are manga. I think I've just fly through manga so quickly, but yeah, so 1 book down, and I'm going to move on to Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Yeah, so I'm back in again, guys. I actually haven't told you what this is about, so I'm going to read the synopsis for you. So, the year is 2575, and 2 mega corporations are at war over a planet that's little more than an ice-covered speck. Too bad nobody thought to warn the people living in it. With enemy fire raining down on them, Ezra and Katie have to make their escape on the evacuating fleet, but their troubles are just beginning. A deadly plague has broken out in one of the spaceships, and it's mutating with terrifying results. The ship's protection is seriously flawed. No one will say what is going on. As Katie hacks into a tangled web of data to find the truth, it's clear only one person can help her, Ezra. And the only problem that is they split up before all this trouble started, and she isn't supposed to be talking to him. A fantastically original, heart-stopping adventure where everything is definitely more dangerous than it seemed. So yeah, that sounds really interesting. I wasn't expecting that synopsis, so I'm definitely a lot more intrigued than I was. So yeah, and it is all basically told. I think I've shown some. See if I can show you something, maybe without spoiling. But it's basically all told in mixed media, which is really cool. So hopefully I should fly through this quite quickly. But yeah, so I'm gonna get the audiobook up. I probably maybe have it on my laptop so I don't use up on my phone battery. But yeah, so I'm really excited. And then I think afterwards I might maybe have a little break and maybe start either Nimona or Attack on Titan Volume 1. So yeah, so so far so good. I'm having a really good time. Just having a nice chilled weekend, and yeah, so I think we'll be back from Steph's sprints in about, I think, maybe 5 minutes. So I'll check back in with you when I've maybe got a bit of a way into Illuminate, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking of it in a bit. It is a lot later now. It is currently nearly 3:15 in the afternoon. I'm still watching Steph's sprints, and I have made a start to Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I am currently 75 pages in, and I've been listening to along with it with the audiobook, and so far I'm really liking this. I'm not a huge audiobook listener. I don't typically listen to audiobooks that often, but I think definitely with this, because it is mixed media, I think it is making it a bit easier to get through. But so far so good. I'm really liking it. I didn't know it was a full cast audio, so we have a male narrator for the male main character Ezra, and then KD has a female narrator, and we're getting like little snippets of like email conversations between them, and it's like logs, and then there's like this robotic kind of voice that kind of tells you what the bit of mixed media you're looking at, which I think is really handy, which obviously helps to move the story on. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really liking it, and so Steph is really happy that I'm enjoying it. So I want to make a bit more progress in this, maybe get to halfway, which would be really good. And then I don't know if I now maybe want to have a little break from Illuminate and go into Nimona by Andy Stevenson, which is a graphic novel. This won't take me too long to read. It's, how many pages is it? It's over 200 pages, I think. 256 pages, so it shouldn't take me that long, because it didn't take me too long to get through which had volume 3. So, but yeah, so far so good. I'm really liking it. I'm liking the different mixed media elements, and there was a moment in there where it was like it was just pages and pages of lists of people that had died on this like a ship that was attacked, and then it was just like you had lots of like different voices coming in and reading the surnames coming in, and it was like kind of echoey. I thought that was really well done. So I think the audiobook is very well done. So, and I think the narrator for Ezra, I really like his voice. I need to find out who the voice actor is for him, but I really like his voice. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. guys, I thought I would do another little check-in with you all. I have had a little break from reading Illuminae, but I am going to go back to it in a little bit. But I have made some progress on Nimona, and I am 108 pages in. So far so good, I'm really liking it. I think Nimona is a great character. I think it's definitely going to be like 3 or 4 stars so far, so yeah, I'm really enjoying it. But I wanted to show you, I've just got this through the post and I knew that I was getting it, so I wanted to get the Waterstones edition of the Hurricane Wars, but when I went on to try and find it, it was sold out, which I was absolutely gutted about. But I went on Vinted to see if anybody was selling it, and found somebody that was selling it for quite reasonable, so I just snapped it up. So it's just come, so I haven't seen it in person, so I thought we could have a look at it together. Let me get it out of the little bag. It probably looks like it's a fairy. Oh, I've got a little purple sprayed edge on the top, and here is the book. Oh, look at that cover. It is absolutely stunning. Okay, so it's the Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. I have no idea how you pronounce that surname, but yeah, so this is the Hurricane Wars. It is absolutely stunning. And the reason I want it, because it came with these edges, which are absolutely stunning. And I've seen some pictures of, I think this is going to be in a subscription box. I have seen some pictures of one of the subscription box editions, and it is absolutely stunning, but I preferred the Waterstones edition, so I wanted to get that. But that's the front. That's a sprayed edge, which is absolutely stunning. And then this is the back, which is really nice. I don't know if this is signed. I don't think so. I think it's just an exclusive edition. No, it isn't signed. Which is a shame, to be honest, but it is what it is. But it comes with a really pretty map. So I'll show you that. Oh, the naked hardback, I've just seen a little sneak peek. So it comes with this really pretty map on the end papers, which is really nice. And then on the naked hardback, it looks like this, and it's purple, which is my favourite colour, and I am so obsessed. It is absolutely stunning. It looks like it's a bird, I think, on the naked hardback. And then on the back, it's got, I think, it looks like a horse or something on the back, but it's pretty much the same, similar design, but it is absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I don't want to know too much about it, so I probably won't read the synopsis because it is quite long, but I just wanted to show you this pretty edition. So on the back it says, "The Night Empire casts a long shadow over the land. Nothing can stand in the way of its might and power. Year by year the Hurricane Wars take and take, and yet there is hope in the darkness. One lone light stands against the Empire, and lives will be changed by the Hurricane Wars. Ali Hazelwood, author of The Love Hypothesis." And then, yeah, and Zirin J. Zhao, best-selling author of Iron Widow, has called it a masterpiece. So yeah, I'm really I think I've heard from people that it's kind of like, it's meant to be a fanfic of like Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars, which will be interesting because I do love Star Wars. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this stunning edition that I got. It's so pretty, and I think it'll definitely be a most anticipated read for me, probably in the new year. Or if I can read it by the end of the year, that would be great, but I think definitely for next year, I think I'm definitely going to pick this up. But I'm just obsessed, and it's purple foiled writing. Oh, I'm just obsessed with it. But yeah, so I'll come back in and check in with you all a little bit when I've read a little bit more of Nimona and Illuminae as well. But so far so good for the F1 Readathon. I'm having a really great time. Hi guys, it's a little bit later on now. I have since had my tea and just waiting for Strictly to come on, but I did have a little break from reading Illuminae, and I pretty much read started and finished Nimona in one sitting by N.D. Stevenson. This was good. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars in the end. The only thing I think that let it down for me was the art style. I wasn't a massive fan of the art style. I like graphic novels that are like really detailed, like something like the Girl from the Sea by Molly Knox also had like that kind of art style. I love all that art style. So this was a little bit different than I'm normally used to. And sometimes as well, there was quite a lot of text on the page as well, so it did look a little bit cluttered. But overall, I loved the story. I really liked Nimona and Lord Blackheart, their friendship. I thought that was great. There were some really funny moments. And the actual Nimona's backstory, when you read into that, it was actually really sad. So yeah, so I'm still watching Steph Sim Sprint, so I think we're nearly about to finish the current one soon. So I think I'm going to go back to Illuminae this evening, I think, when I finish watching Strictly. But I am going to start the first volume of Attack on Titan, the omnibus. I'm not going to hold this up for ages because the cover really freaks me out. But yeah, so I'm going to dive into this one, and I think I'm definitely going to use this for the 10-point prompt, because it's definitely very out there challenge reading it, because it is really intense and quite graphic as well. So I'm going to read probably the first volume. If I've got time to read the second volume, I will do, but I think I'll stop after that just in case I get spoiled, because I think my sister said, I think from volume 3 I would get spoiled because we're watching the anime of it, so we're quite early on in the first season, so I don't want to be spoiled obviously, but yeah, so another book down for the F1 Readathon, and I logged Nimona for the prompt of a shifter character, which was for Team Sunnydale, so that's done and dusted. And then I logged Witch Hat Tally Volume 3 for a prompt for a book with the witches for Team Sunnydale as well. So 2 books down for Camp Crystal Lake, which is great. So yeah, I'll be going down to watch Strictly in a little bit, and I'm really excited. So I think my plan for when I come back up is to read Attack on Titan and then just focus on Illuminae and try and get a bit further than that. Maybe halfway tonight would be good, so I can finish it off tomorrow. And then I don't know tomorrow what I will pick up if I've got time. Probably maybe volume 10 of One Piece, and then maybe Desperate Measures, I think, because they are quite short reads, so I could get through them quite quickly, but we'll see. But yeah, so I thought I would come in and check in with you all, and yeah, it's been pretty successful readathon so far. But yeah, I'll check in with you all a little bit later when I've maybe finished the first volume of Attack on Titan and when I've come back up from watching Strictly, so I'll check in with you all a little bit later. Hey guys, I am back from watching Strictly this evening. It was really good. There was some really good dances this week. Ellie and Vito, they're definitely my favourites to win. Her Paso Doble was just, oh my god, it was so good. If I could give it a 40 for that, I absolutely would. Don't mind me, I'm a big Strictly fan, so I love, like, that's me and my mum's favourite show. So yeah, Ellie and Vito were amazing. Angela and Kai, amazing, so good. It still infuriates me a little bit, Leighton, because he is a West End dancer, but I mean, he's very, very good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's very, very good, but I think he has got a little bit of an unfair advantage, I'm just saying. But overall, it was really good this week, and it's Halloween next week, which is one of my favourite weeks. So I think I've just went on to Steph's sprints, because I went on back onto that, but I think I'm just going to do her last one, so yeah, which is fine with me. But I think I'm definitely going to go back to Illuminae and read some of that, but I think I'm going to read the first volume of Attack on Titan just to get back into reading again. Or so, like, even if I could get halfway through Illuminae and finish it off tomorrow, that would be good. And then I might maybe pick up Desperate Measures, because that's less than 200 pages, so I could maybe finish that maybe in one day tomorrow as well. But yeah, I think I'm really happy with my progress. So I finished Witch Hat Italy Volume 3 and Nimona, both got 4 stars, which I think is pretty good. So I definitely need to focus on my 10-point prompt picks, which is which will be Attack on Titan and Illuminae. But yeah, so that's my evening sorted. As you can see, I'm wearing my favourite hoodie. I'm absolutely obsessed with this thing. It's so cosy. I'm trying to think what else. I've got a new episode of Chris and Rosie Ramsey's podcast that I love to listen to. I won't say the name on here because it's a little bit rude. But yeah, so I think I'll finish off listening to that because I started it last night but I was too tired. If you want a really funny podcast where it's just like my literal sides are sore from laughing, it is just hilarious. That Chris and Rosie Ramsey's podcast, it's all on Spotify if you want to go and check it out. It is so good. It's really, really good. But yeah, so that's my plans for this evening. So I'll probably check in with you when I finish the first volume of Attack on Titan and let you know what I think of it. I think it is a reread for me, but I did read it a while ago. So it'll be good to refresh my memory of it so I can actually carry on with it. So yeah, I'll check in with you all a little bit later. Everyone, it is day 2 of the F1 Readathon. I am just waiting for Steph to start her sprints. She's doing another 6 sprints from 12 o'clock again today, so hopefully she goes for a couple of hours so I can get through my last book for the F1 Readathon. So last night I managed to read the first volume of Attack on Titan and I ended up giving it a 5 star. I think I gave it 4 stars the first time I read it, but upon reread I've bumped up to 5 stars. I thought it was a great start to this series. It's very, very intense, quite graphic, so do be wary if you do want to pick it up. It is quite graphic, but overall I really enjoyed it, and if I have time later on today I might maybe read volume 2 because I've got the omnibus. I don't have it to hand on me, and also I don't want to show up the front cover of it because it really, really freaks me out. So so I managed to get the big 10-point prompt because I use that for a challenging read because it is definitely a very intense manga, so I would consider that quite a challenging read, so I've got the 10 points for that. But my main priority for this second half of the readathon, I was going to get up a bit earlier than what I did. I got up about 10:30, so I haven't actually done any reading yet, so I think I'm going to add a couple of hours on until the evening, which is fine for me. So but yeah, so my main priority is to at least finish Illuminate. I managed to get to page 82, so I'm still have a long way to go, but I have got the audiobook, so I'm going to be using the audiobook. I might maybe speed up the audiobook so I can try and get through it. I think I might maybe read a little bit before Steph sprints because I've got until 12, so I think I'm going to focus on getting through a couple more pages of Illuminate, and if I have time, I think I'm going to pick up Desperate Measures by Casey Robert. This is the first book in the Wicked Villains series, which follows Disney villains and Disney heroes. It's very adult, steamy, very steamy, smutty romance. So, yeah, this is a read for me. I did give it 3 stars when I read it the first time, so I'll probably end up being a 3-star again, but I'm going to use that for my indie book prompt for Camp Crystal Lake. So, I thought, because I don't own a lot of indie books and that's the only kind of indie book that I've got, I thought I would just use it. So, but it's fine. I mean, it's a quick read. It has, how many pages is it? I think it's just under 200 pages. Let me see. It is 213 pages, so it should be a quick read. And I mean, to be fair, I do like these covers. I think they are quite nice. So I do have the whole series, so I would maybe like to do like a reading vlog where I read the whole series. That would be, if anybody would be interested in that, let me know. But so yeah, that's my plans for this Sunday, and then I have the Austin Grand Prix this evening. I think it's starting from 8 o'clock in the evening for us because it's obviously in America, the time difference. And I've also got the Strictly results pretty much. I think I've got the Strictly results first, and then I'll need to quickly come back up here and then put the race on, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, so that's my plans for the second day of the readathon, and I'll come back in a little bit later on when I've read a little bit more of Illuminae and let you know what my thoughts are. But so far so good. I'm really liking it. I'm loving the audiobook. It's definitely making it a lot easier to get through. But yeah, so I'll check in with you all a little bit later. Hello. I thought I would do a little check-in. It is currently, what time are we at? It is 4:15 in the afternoon. I have had to put my hoodie on. I just can't seem to get warmed up this afternoon. I don't know what it is, but I wanted to come back in and let you know that I have finished Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This was good. I had actually I was pleasantly surprised at how much I had a good time with this. The audiobook, I decided to just carry on with it physically just because I wanted to get this finished for the readathon. But overall, I really enjoyed it and I gave it 4 stars. I think the way that this is formatted is totally different to anything that I've ever read before, which is great. And I think I am going to carry on with the rest of the series. But yeah, I had a really good time with it. I liked both of the main characters. I thought they were good, and I really quite liked the AI kind of influence in there. It was Aiden, it was called. I quite liked that, and it reminded me of if you've read the Scythe series by Neil Schusterman, the Thunderhead AI kind of element in that as well. It was kind of similar to that, but obviously that there was a lot more like death and like actual like people killing people in the Scythe series. But in this, I thought it was really good, and I liked the different like email transcripts and things like that. So I am using this for the 10-point prompt for the F1 readathon, and this was for my backlist book for Count Crystal Lake for Barb's team, for Team Crystal Lake, I think, as well. So that's another book down for Count Crystal Lake. So I think what I'm going to move on to now, I'm either going to pick up Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, or I'm going to carry on and start volume 2 of Attack on Titan, which I think I might maybe go for just for another quick sense of achievement. But yeah, so I wanted to come in and let you know that I have finished another book, and so far for the F1 readathon I've read Illuminae, which got 4 stars, Nimona, which got 4 stars, Attack on Titan Volume 1, which got 5 stars, and there was something else as well. Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3, which got 4 stars. So I've had 3 4 stars and 1 5 star, which is pretty good for this readathon. So I think I'm going to go on and do Attack on Titan Volume 2. And I think I'll probably stop with that just now, because I think where I am in the anime, because me and my sister are watching it, I don't want to be spoiled, so I think I'm going to stop after volume 2 and wait until I've caught up before I can carry on. But yeah, so I thought I would come back and let you know how I'm getting on, and I'll check in with you all a little bit later. It is time for me to wrap up this F1 reading vlog. I've just decided to end my readathon now, because I don't think I'm gonna get through anything else for this afternoon. But I'm gonna do a little wrap up of what I read for the F1 readathon, and I'm pretty happy with what I managed to read. So the first thing I read, and I gave 4 stars, which was Witch Hat Atelier Volume 3. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to carry on with this manga series. It's so cute and wholesome, and these covers, these mangas are just absolutely beautiful, which I keep saying every single time. I absolutely love them. Then next up, I read the first volume of Attack on Titan. and I ended up giving it a 5-star. I really enjoyed it. I think it's definitely a good start to this manga series. It's very intense and very gory, so I would be wary going in if you are considering starting this manga. It's very adult, very, very gory and very, very tense. Then next up, I finished Nimona by N.D. Stevenson, which was the graphic novel. It was good. I really liked it. I ended up giving it a 4-star in the end. The only thing I think let it down for me was the art style, but I think the story was really good. I loved Nimona and Lord Blackheart, their friendship, and Nimona's backstory I thought was really, really quite sad. But I'm definitely want to watch the new Netflix movie which has come out for it and see if there's any similarities, if there's any differences. But overall I gave it 4 stars. And then the last thing that I finished a little while ago was Illumine by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I ended up giving it a 4-star. I really enjoyed it. I think the audiobook was great, and I think it's very useful to have the audiobook to help follow along, because there's a lot of like sciencey, technical words and things like that, and I think it helps you to follow along with it because it's all basically mixed media, so I think that was really, really helpful to have. But yeah, overall I really, really liked it, and it was definitely out of my comfort zone, and I ended up giving it a 4-star. I think I am going to carry on with the rest of the series. So that was my F1 readathon for this round. Next month we're doing the week-long readathon, the box F1 readathon, where we are meant to read our subscription box books, like special edition books, that kind of thing. So I will have a TBR for that, so I'll do a separate video for the F1 readathon, for the week-long readathon, and I'll let you know what I'm going to pick up for that, because I have got some ideas. But yeah, that's my F1 readathon vlog done and dusted. And if you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!